suspension imposed on Headland High School's football program following an embarrassing brawl is lifted. That news coming from a post from the Henry County Board of Education this morning. Now, News 4's Ken Curtis is in our newsroom. And Ken, despite the lifting of that suspension, this matter still isn't closed.
Yeah, though Headland is cleared to resume football operations, administrators will review Friday night's brawl. As the Rams led 20-0 over Pike County, those teams fought after a hard so much so that the police became involved and officials halted play. The Alabama High School Athletic Association suspended both teams' football programs over the weekend. However, the Rams are back in business as the AHSAA lifted Headland's suspension this morning. Administrators claim that the oversight group praised the high school for being an example of what to do when situations like the fight occur. However, administrators do plan to address any negative behavior, saying safety is a top priority. As for Pike County, that Brundage school has no word on its suspension or the pausing of its homecoming plans. Headland was awarded a forfeit victory in Friday night's game. The Rams play Greenville this weekend, while Pike County would take on New Brockton if cleared to play. We expect to hear from law enforcement regarding that brawl in Brundage. We think that will happen, Bala, later this afternoon.
Thank you, Ken.